Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. Hope you're all having a good Saturday today with now medals coming or being confirmed at the Commonwealth Games. Amit Pangal, he has entered the finals of boxing, as well as Neetu Gangas, who's also in the finals. So a gold or a silver there for these two boxers. Also Priyanka, she has won a silver in the 10,000 meter race walk. So two medals confirmed so far and one medal that Priyanka has won. And also women's team, they have got off to a brisk start. This is India. They are playing their semi-final match against England in women's cricket, and Smriti Mandhana scored the fastest 50 of just 23 deliveries. So, you know, a lot of action. So if you are, interested in following the action, of course, you can be here on News 9 Sports, but also follow it on the host broadcaster. But a lot of action for a sport nut. This is a good day. Nikhil, let's now talk about the fourth T20I. Important one for India. These are now the last couple of chances that India will get before deciding the squad for the T20 World Cup. But it has been a series where West Indies have given them a fight and they can bounce back. Though India favourites to win this?
India favourites to win this, but remember the last time West Indies beat India in any series, it was at the same venue, Meha, in 2016 at Lauderhill in Florida. Yeah. So, you know, they'll have happy memories. They would want to, bounce back today and seal the series tomorrow, West Indies. But India are favourites. India are favourites because India are the champion of bilateral series. Yeah. India have been absolutely phenomenal in this format. Notwithstanding their performance in the World T20 in UAE, they have been absolutely phenomenal since 2019. They have won 12 of their last 15 series, Meha. They have won 5 of their last 6 series, beat England in England 2-1. They're the number 1 ranked team in the world. So it's very, very difficult to beat India in a T20 encounter, and especially in a T20I series. This is an important series, important match for India. They will want to seal the series. Also, these two final matches, these are the final matches, I think, where the experimentation can last, because after this, the next T20I series is the Asia Cup, and India has to name their 15-member squad for the World T20. I think the last date is September 15th. Correct. So I think they won't take a chance in the Asia Cup. In the Asia Cup, they will play with their set combination of 12 or 13. So I think these two matches will decide what the best combination is.
I also think that more or less the 12 out of the 15 have been decided. I think more or less you kind of have an idea of who the 12 players are. But will India continue with that attacking template? I would think so. I also, there's a question mark around whether Rohit Sharma is fit. Remember, he walked off from that game, just after, I think, 5 deliveries that he faced. So whether he is fit, that's a big question mark. And I also think, Nikhil, that since we are so close to the T20 World Cup, they're not going to take any chances with Rohit Sharma's fitness. Even if there is a little bit of doubt about his injury, I think they'll rest him. How do you see this? And also, the attacking template looks like that's going to continue for sure.
That has to continue. That is, Rohit Sharma's baby. He initiated in the New Zealand series post the T20 World Cup. And you can see by the numbers, the run rates have consistently gone up. They're between 8.5, 9 in every series. India is in the top 2 this year, not only for the run rate in the power play, but also for the run rate in the middle overs, which is something new. It is not a period of consolidation anymore. I think Rohit Sharma will be rested for this match. I'm 100% sure. Even a slight niggle, I don't think he should play. There's no need for him to play because he is still very important. He is the captain. Correct. He has a wonderful record in limited overs T20Is for India. I think 4 centuries. I think he's needed in the Asia Cup and then in the World T20. No point playing him in today's match or even tomorrow. I think he'll be rested.
Also then let's talk about Surya Kumar Yadav and him now becoming the potential opener for the team, given how well he batted in the third T20I. I think they've kind of figured this out, but have they?
I'm confused. I'm a little confused. What is India's best? Okay, at the end of the show, we'll discuss India's best 11 from what we've gathered. But going back to Surya, I thought Surya has sealed his place at the number 4 position. But Rohit Sharma, after that third T20I, said that he wants players to be flexible in the batting order, but also said there are some positions which are fixed. I think he was referring to Dinesh Karthik as a specialist in the death overs. But I think for Surya, when he was specifically asked about Surya, that why is Surya opening, he was like, because in T20 format, the format demands you to be flexible. So therefore, Surya is opening. So we are still not sure whether Surya will open in the Asia Cup or the World T20, or Surya will, bat at number 4. And where is Rishabh Pant going to bat? Currently, he seems to have made number 4 his own. But, Virat Kohli has to play in this team. KL Rahul has to come back.
Shreyas Iyer goes out, Virat Kohli comes at number 3.
And where's KL Rahul?
KL Rahul is not in the team right now.
Okay,
KL Rahul needs to make his place back into the team after what
so Pant is taken number 4.
Yeah, he's taken a long break. I don't think KL Rahul is their first choice straight away. KL Rahul has to come, score runs, show that he is good enough to
the run machine he was
to the T20 World Cup. And I don't know how they'll do that, because you're saying the team will be announced before the Asia Cup.
No, September 15th,
September
after the Asia,
right after the Asia Cup, but they're not going to take a chance. But KL Rahul will play the Asia Cup.
Yeah.
So that's where he needs to show whether he can get the runs, and I guess that's when they will decide. But the other thing being, how good has Hardik Pandya been, not just with the bat, with the ball. He's leading the team well in Rohit Sharma's absence as well. One thing that stood out for me about Hardik Pandya is him saying that now he sees himself as that third, fourth seamer option for them. And I think that augurs well for India. And I just hope for India's sake that this form that he's in, this phase that he's going through where he's doing everything right, goes all the way through to the World Cup.
Absolutely. He'll be captaining today, right? So he'll be captaining today. Then he had a brilliant last match with the ball, 4 overs 17, I think. It was very restrictive. He bowled in the middle overs. So, India has got their combinations right. Now they have Bumrah, Bhuvneshwar and a bit of Arshdeep in the power play. They have Chahal and Hardik Pandya in the middle overs. And then they end with Arshdeep and Bumrah in the death.
Correct.
So I think, that's a very good combination. Specialists in different phases of play. But Hardik Pandya, that rise since, he led Gujarat Titans to victory in the IPL Maya has been phenomenal. He was picking wickets in the power play. Then he was one of the most restrictive bowlers in the IPL in the power play. Now he's also bowling in the middle overs. He's again back to scoring those cameos at number 5. He's leading from the front. He fills in when Rohit Sharma is not there. Excellent fielder. I mean, everything he's doing is absolutely perfect. So Hardik Pandya, definitely a future captain for India across formats.
That's right. Okay, but what about Shreyas Iyer? I mean, that's a question that everybody is asking. How much time will Shreyas Iyer be given? And I know that whenever any of the players, be it Hardik Pandya, who's come out and spoken about it, Dinesh Karthik, who's spoken about it, about how the players in this side feel a sense of security with Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid backing them. And that's the reason why they're able to perform this way. So I get why Shreyas Iyer, despite not having really impressed with the bat in the T20I format so far, you feel, okay, he's been given an opportunity because that's how they want the team to be. That's how they want. They want every player to be given enough opportunities. But how many before you decide he's not part of it?
He cannot be a part of it. I mean, I have listed my 15. There is no way he can be a part of it. He's not done well in the series. His strike rate, if you see in the last 9 innings Maya in T20 Nationals, is very poor. It is less than 120. He's failed in 5 of last 7. I mean, he's a good batsman still, and maybe he fits into the 11 of any other team in the world, any other. But he cannot fit into the Indian 11 or the Indian 15 for the Asia Cup or for the World T20. There is enough, there are better players. It's just that there are better players. There's a Huda who has to play. I would put, I would choose a Ishan Kishan in the 15 if I had to over Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer, number 3, number 4, there are far superior players.
Okay, then also talk about Rishabh Pant, and I think we're very clear in why Rishabh Pant, why this is all being done. Surya Kumar Yadav being tried right at the top to open, though I mean he scored 76 of 44 in the last T20I, so maybe he is the opener that they're looking for. But why all of this was being done is because Rishabh Pant hasn't been able to make an impact in this format, and they want Rishabh Pant because of the skill that he has, because of what he can do on a given day, that they feel like he should be there, part of that squad. So I think it's difficult to leave him out, and that's why they're trying to figure out what is the best position for him. Having said that, number 4, I mean, he's being given opportunities, but this is again something that India will have to think about. I don't know how they want to go.
It's a big risk they're taking.
Forward.
Yeah, it's a big risk. Actually, I didn't expect Rishabh Pant to be in part of the Indian 11 for the Asia Cup or the World T20. It's going to happen. It's looking more and more likely because they're persisting with him at number 4. His record at number 4 is very poor. We just saw the numbers. You know, it's a question of backing talent over performance in a format, and given what he's done in the test format and recently in ODI cricket in England where he scored a century. But Rishabh Pant, purely on the basis of T20I numbers, you know, he hasn't done enough. In fact, those numbers are very poor. So it's a big risk India is taking. If they play him in the 11, they may take him in the 15. But if they pay him in the 11, you know, first of all, there'll be one big informed player who will not be a part of the 11, because otherwise Rishabh Pant does not fit into the 11. Maybe at the cost of KL Rahul, who knows, maybe at the cost of Virat Kohli, maybe at the cost of Deepak Hooda. So, you know, it is a risk India is taking because of what Rishabh Pant can offer.
Well, who do you think will open today if you're saying Rohit Sharma is going to sit out with Surya Kumar Yadav? Now he's the opener. So you're going to get...
There is Ishan Kishan in the squad.
Ishan Kishan.
I think Ishan Kishan will open.
Okay. Ishan Kishan likely to open if Rohit Sharma sits out. But let's also now talk about India's bowling in the absence of Jasprit Bumrah. And Jasprit Bumrah, surprisingly, in a year where India will be playing the T20 World Cup, has played just 3 T20 internationals. And you still know that when you're writing your bowlers' names, his name will be first on that list.
Absolutely.
But with him, who are the other bowlers who've done enough? And when we talk about that, I think the name that everybody is thinking about is Arshdeep Singh. How good has he been? Though I feel like at any point will they think the experience, or rather the lack of it on an international stage, how much would that be a difference in the selectors deciding on whether Arshdeep Singh should be part of it? I know he's bowling beautifully. I know all of that, but big stage, World Cup, all of that, keeping that in mind. Can he be the third seamer?
Lack of experience, and the big matches, the big tournaments come with their own pressure. It's not so easy to perform. But as I said, India is looking at specialists, not only in their batting, but in their bowling in each phase. So if you cannot see, if you see Harshal Patel's number, I was doing a comparison. Harshal Patel in the death is giving more than 10 runs per over. So Harshal Patel is very good in the middle overs. But middle overs, you already have a Hardik and a Chahal. So, you know, then who bowls the death overs if Harshal plays ahead of Arshdeep Singh? Bumrah, yes, but apart from Bumrah, Bhuvneshwar is not, but Bhuvneshwar goes for runs in the death overs. Bhuvneshwar, you need to let go in the first 3 overs in the power play and maybe 1 over in the middle overs. Bhuvneshwar is a very good new ball bowler. So who bowls in the death? So therefore, Bumrah plus someone, that plus someone from the sample we have so far, last 1 year IPL, is Arshdeep Singh. So you have to see the overall team structure, and therefore it's Arshdeep over Harshal Patel for me.
I would still think that they'd go with, he might be in the squad, but they'll go with Harshal Patel with the experience that Harshal has had. And he's been a good death bowler, right? It's a different thing that in the death overs, as you've seen overall, it's 10.7, but Arshdeep still little inexperienced, though has been brilliant. And I feel like he will, and India have been looking for a left-arm pacer for a while. And in Arshdeep, they found that answer ahead of the T20 World Cup. Okay, then let's talk about what we can expect in Lauderhill, Florida. Number 1, visa issues have been solved, so the teams are there. They are raring to go. But this is a new pitch. Not much cricket would have been played here. Can't expect a lot. Can you tell us anything about the pitch?
The pitch, I mean, they are saying firstly it's a small venue. They're saying it's going to be a run fest because it's a very small ground. So it's going to be a run feast at the venue. The average score batting first, 3 times they've scored 200 plus in 12 matches. The team chasing runs into a big problem here, Maya. So there's advantage batting first, and it's a very skewed advantage. 9 out of 12 team batting first. In fact, 9 out of 11. One match had no result. So 9 out of 11 team batting first. So win the toss. If you score 180, it's a good enough score. India has scored 244 here in the match where Rahul scored a century from number 4. MS Dhoni was the captain in that match 2016. It's going to be humid, it's going to be hot, a bit of rain predicted. So, you know, any score between 180, 185, batting first, big advantage here.
Okay, India women's match is on against England in Commonwealth Games. The semi-final, as we've just said, 113 for 3 is what India's score is at the moment after 14.3 overs. Smriti Mandhana got off to an absolutely brilliant start, scoring the fastest 50 in just 23 balls, went on to score 60 one of 32 deliveries. So they look good there. Hopefully they can get to I would think from here at least 160, 170, yeah. And that would be a good total. Also, there's another big result coming from athletics where Avinash Sable, he has won a silver medal in the 3,000 meter steeplechase event. Huge moment for Indian athletics as well. This with Priyanka earlier having won a silver in the 10,000 meter race walk. We'll get you all the latest from the Commonwealth Games as well as the series that is on in the West Indies. And News9 Sports, that's what you need to subscribe to for all the latest. That's it from Nikhil and me. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.